My name is Lunta Di La Paulo. I am the managing director of Yetu Accounting and Tax PLLC. I'm excited to be here with you today because we're going to be talking about a topic of a major relevance, major importance to you, business owner across the United States. And today we want to talk about the emotional aspects of exiting your business. Very often, when the conversation comes, or when we sit with our advisors, the conversation is seldom around the emotional burden, the psychological pressure that comes with preparing for your exit, or in particular, selling your company. We're often looking at the financials, the operational metrics, and so and so and so, but very few times we're actually sitting down to consider what is that emotional burden looks like, what are we feeling, how we're processing our emotion, how are we dealing with what's going on with us personally, and maybe with some of the key people in our organization, or a significant other, or even the children who are part of the company. And today, I'd like to invite you to have this conversation with me, to have some talking point that you can take away from this conversation today. And by the way, in these lives, I've been trying to keep it very short, about 10 minutes long, to give you very important and useful information so that you can take it and have a conversation with your business advisors. I'm not, the goal of these conversations has never been to try to get you to work with us, but rather to give you the right information so that you can go and have conversation with the people you trust, whether it's your significant other, your children, or your professional advisors. If because of what we share with you, you decide to reach out to us and consider how we can work together, that's great. We'll see if we're a good fit to you or if you're a good fit to us, and vice versa. Okay. But what I really want to spend the next few minutes here talking about is the emotional aspects of exiting your business. I know it's not simple. I've sat across business owner across the table with business owners, and it's not easy. It's not simple. A lot of business owners are much, much older than I am. They've spent the last 30 years, 40 years of their lives. They're essentially at my father's age, and they have probably you're one of them following me or listening to my voice right now. You've probably spent the past 20, 30 years of your life building this company, and possibly you've invested more of your life building the company than anything else in your life. And now you're getting to a place in your life that you're considering to exit, or you are ready to sell your company. I know it's not easy. You know, I've been running my firm a little over 4 years, and it's one of the most important parts of my life. And I know it wouldn't be easy for me to, when the time arrives, to sell our firm, to sell our company, because I devote so much of my life trying to build it, trying to make it work. And we are on our journey to actually achieve these results. And a lot of you listening to my voice have achieved this result. They've built amazing companies, have incredible team. There are people who started with you and are still in your company. And you might feel like it's not fair to sell the company because these people are still here. And maybe these people won't have a job if you end up selling to somebody who doesn't appreciate the skill set of these people in your life. So, what I really want to share with you today is, you really need to have this type of conversation, maybe with your loved one, with your children. You need to have a family conversation, especially if you haven't started the journey to sell. but you are simply considering to sell. You need to sit down with the people who will be impacted the most and have this open heart dialogue to involve them, to let them know how you feel about the process, your fears, your expectations, what are you aiming to achieve, and especially the people you trust inside the company. You might want to involve them if and only if they will be able to maintain the confidentiality of this transaction, because selling a company, it's a very much it's a very much a confidential matter, because the moment you share the information with the wrong people, the moment the cat is out of the bag, chaos begins, right? Your employee may start getting really anxious and jumping off the ship. Uh, there can be situations where, you know, key vendors or key client may learn about the potential sell and become insecure and trying to jump ship. Okay, so it's very important to understand this is a highly sensitive type of subject matter, and it requires the level of care that is absolutely necessary. Yet, yet, I will strongly suggest that you involve the most important people in your life for this conversation, because if they're not part of what's gonna happen, they're not gonna understand your decisions. They're not gonna understand how you're moving and how, especially, this transaction will impact them. So if they don't know how this will impact them, that creates mistrust and insecurity. And we don't want either of these to take place in our company's culture, right? Because the last thing you wanna see happening is when you're trying to sell the company, you keep people in the firm leaving the firm. That drastically can bring down the value of your company. So as a business owner, right, we're having this conversation in the sense that you need to involve the people that matters the most in your life, whether they are partners, key employees, your spouse, your children, your loved one, maybe siblings who are also part of the company. It's important to involve the most important people in your life. So I'm gonna pause here, and I'm gonna encourage you, if you have an advisor that you trust the most, that means something to you personally, to your life, I will strongly recommend that you start having these preliminary conversations so that they can point you in the right direction. Because here's the truth: more deals are destroyed not because the buyer didn't have enough cash to close the deal, but because of the emotional attachment the seller had on the company. The moment they get to a place where they need to write, to sign the document, the seller just back up, right? So you've wasted time, everybody's resources, everybody's money, excuse me. And that's not an ideal situation or an ideal place to be. So, as a business owner, the time to have this hard conversation is now. It's right now. Involve the people that matters the most in your life and start having these conversations. If you need our help, we'll be more than happy to be there for you to support you on your journey. And by the way, here's our contact information. If you need to get in touch with us, you can find us. I'm gonna uh, I'm gonna bring our contact information right there at hello at 7xmistakes.com. You can reach out to us. We're available to help you in any ways we can. And as always, we also have a ebook that we have written that addresses 7 exit mistakes that we often see business owners making that destroy their business value. You can get that ebook for free. The link is also below there. I hope this short live was helpful to you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Time, where we're going to be talking about how to increase your business value before you are. I will